Honda CB750 vs Yamaha MT-07 vs Suzuki GSX-8S. Casual ride and review. Who remembers the Honda 919? Back in 2002, it was called the Hornet 919 or CB900F, depending on where you lived. It had 4 cylinders, decent power, and cost $7,999. Now, more than 20 years later, Honda's new CB750 Hornet also costs, you guessed it, $7,999. That's where this comparison comes in. We brought the new Hornet out with 2 of its biggest rivals, Yamaha's MT-07 and Suzuki's GSX-8S, to see which one deserves your money in 2025. Joining me on this ride are my buddies Nick and Ryan. Between the 3 of us, we put these bikes through everything: boring freeway stretches, city commutes, and the best part, some canyon carving up in the hills north of Los Angeles. The engine's 3 twins, 3 personalities. All 3 bikes here run parallel twins with the now popular 270-degree crank, but they feel completely different. Yamaha MT-07, the smallest engine at 689 cubic centimeters, but it's a scrappy little thing. The MT has always been a hooligan, and even a decade after its debut, the engine is still a riot. Punchy mid-range, fun character, and enough attitude to make new riders grin. But when the pace picks up, the lack of horsepower shows. No quickshifter either, unless you buy one as an accessory, so we were left playing with the clutch. Thankfully it's super light. It's quick in short bursts but eventually gets outgunned. Honda CB750 Hornet. This one's the screamer. With 76.6 horsepower and a high-revving nature, it feels like Honda slipped a bit of CBR DNA in there. It doesn't have much grunt down low, but once you keep it spinning above 4,600 RPM, it comes alive. The quickshifter is decent, too, with a nice little pop on upshifts. Ergonomics are cramped, but if you love a rev-happy motor, this one's for you. Suzuki GSX-8S, the grown-up of the group. With the biggest engine at 776 cubic centimeters, it makes the most torque, 53.4 lb-ft, nice and low in the revs. That means you can ride it lazily, short shift, and still have plenty of pull. It doesn't rev as fast or feel as thrilling as the Honda, but it's easygoing and predictable. The only real knock is a quirky quickshifter that feels stiff on downshifts. Verdict on engines? Yamaha is the fun pup, Honda is the hyper teenager, and Suzuki is the chill adult. Chassis and handling. Yamaha stiffened up its frame this year, and it finally feels grown up. It's agile and playful, but some of us thought it was too stiff while others found it too soft. Body weight made a big difference here. It's still light and flickable, but the vague front end holds it back at times. Honda feels closest to a sport bike. Narrow tire, sharp steering, and a sporty riding position. It dives into corners with confidence, but it can get unsettled on rough pavement. It's definitely the flick it like a sport bike option here. Suzuki once again lands in the middle. Stable, planted, and confidence-inspiring. It's not as sharp as the Honda and not as playful as the Yamaha, but it's the most composed of the 3. A solid all-rounder. Brakes. This category shows all 3 are budget bikes. Yamaha, strong stopping power, but zero feel. Honda, great lever feedback, but not much outright power. Suzuki, predictable and middle of the road, but reliable. So Suzuki wins again by being balanced. Comfort and ergonomics. Honda is the tightest fit. Taller riders will feel cramped, with high pegs and not much room to move. Works better if you're shorter, but longer rides can get uncomfortable fast. Yamaha is upright, super comfy around town, but turns you into a sail on the freeway. The wide bars and roomy triangle make it feel like a commuter with attitude. Suzuki nails it again with the middle ground. The tallest seat, but still approachable. Roomy cockpit, easy to move around, and enough forward tilt on the bars to help against windblast. It feels the most comfortable for longer rides. Electronics and tech. All 3 have ABS, traction control, and TFT screens. Yamaha and Suzuki keep things simple and user-friendly. Honda, on the other hand, made a confusing UI with tiny buttons and weird symbols instead of words. Not a deal breaker, but frustrating. Honda and Suzuki both come with quickshifters. Honda's is smoother, while Yamaha makes you pay extra. Final verdict. Here's how it shook out. Yamaha MT-07, still a blast, but outgunned by the others. It's fun, light, and frugal on gas, 47 miles per gallon versus 40 miles per gallon for the other two, but the price, $8,599, doesn't make it a value pick anymore. Great bike, but not the winner here. Honda CB750 Hornet, sharp, agile, rev-happy, and the cheapest of the bunch at $7,999. If you love engines that beg to be thrashed, this one's a riot. But cramped ergonomics and a frustrating menu system hold it back. Runner-up overall. Suzuki GSX-8S, the balanced package. Stable, torquey, comfortable, and versatile. It's not the most thrilling, but it's the bike we'd happily live with every day. At $9,209, it's the most expensive, but you really do get what you pay for. Our top pick. So, which one's right for you? Want fun and playful? Grab the Yamaha. Want rev-happy thrills on a budget? Go Honda. Want the best all-rounder that just works everywhere? Suzuki's your bike. At the end of the day, all three are good in their own way. It just depends if you value fun, flash, or balance.